How y'all doing? Welcome to Woodshed Antics. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been around a while and you continue to show up and support the channel, thank you from the bottom of my heart. As always, like, share, and subscribe. That's how we grow the channel. It allows me to keep chasing this dream. So these are a couple of slabs from a customer's house. This come off their property, I believe. It's a walnut. They've slabbed it out in these big slabs with their chainsaw, and it's been sitting for a while. I don't know what the moisture content is. There is some checking in here. It's a small farmhouse, so they're looking for a small 3x3 roughly walnut table. I think I'm gonna mill these down in half, but while I was cutting these up at the customer's, cutting this log in half, I saw a screw somewhere, so I'm gonna run my metal detector over these, see if I can identify where that was. No, I don't know if that was my watch. It's right here. So somewhere right here, we're close to it, is a screw or a bolt or a nail, something along those lines. That's the tailgate. There we go. And I just like to do this before I run my chainsaw over it. No sense in paying for extra blades. We're sharpening stuff when we don't need to, especially in found lumber. It always seems like there's a big potential to hit a lot of stuff. So what I'm going to do is put this in my vise right here. Something about like that. They're roughly 5 inches, so about 2.5 inches. I'll make a mark. What I'm going to do is split this in half, 2.5 inches, 5 feet. We'll pour some epoxy on it. But we're going to get started on this. We are taking a pause from the paddle boards to jump on this, and you know, I don't know how you guys do stuff. I am in the middle of a paddle board, but at the same time, a paying customer is always going to jump in, and I'm gonna push in on their stuff. Just to get it through the process, because the paddle boards are for me. They're for you. We're building a paddle board to give away, but at the same time, this is cash on the table. So we'll jump right in on this and get this started. I think this is going to be a black walnut. I don't know. We'll see when we cut into it if we can identify it. I thought we might find a boar in there, but it's just the leaf from him where he plugged his hole. So we'll get to this. Let's grab a chainsaw and a marker, and we'll split this in half. All right, so that's that. We ended up with 4 boards, roughly about 2 inches thick. It's gonna be pretty, I think. It's got some grays and the reds in it. It still feels a touch moist on the inside. I don't know how long it's been drying. That's one thing they couldn't answer for me, is how old it was. It's not super moist, but we're gonna have to find a moisture meter. So I've been working on this table. It's found wood, and one of the challenges, it's so heavy too, walnut. One of the challenges of found wood is I've split this with my chainsaw. Now I've got to get it flat. Now I started a couple of the pieces out back with a router and a flattening sled, but it's just taken too much time. So I've moved in, I've set up the planer. I've got this hooked up, so I'm going to show you how we're doing this. First thing I did was screwed a flat board to the back of the piece. Even though the bottom of it waves, I don't care what the underneath the table looks like, and we're going to pour some epoxy, so that's going to self-level. I just need level pieces to put upside down in the form to pour, and we're working on that. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and fire this all up. You can see how I'm flattening this down. It just takes a half a turn at a time. So I'll adjust this handle a half a turn. Now, I have this locking cutter head over here. I just give that a quarter of a snug, and that's it. Alexa, turn on the dust.
Okay.
Here we go. It's gonna get noisy.
Make prolific confessions into the master plan. I feel like they will never let me shine. What do you need to say that feels so grand? Why is yours so much better than mine? I gotta wait in line for you to feel me. I got to hold my time for the healing. I got to take a back seat, are you kidding? I got to grab my chance cause it's fleeting. Cause this just feels like yesterday.
Alexa, shut off the dust. Alexa, turn off the dust. Okay, there is this board here. I gotta have a little bit at the end right here where it hops coming out because I wasn't paying attention. I mean, I was, but both of these ends are getting cut off. We have some repairs to make on some of this, but I love reclaimed wood. This is a absolutely gorgeous piece of this. I can show you these others. I've already flattened a few of them out or gotten close. This one's got a knot in it, but other than that, a pretty nice piece of wood. Now that I've got everything down fairly close, I'll go ahead and get them all in about a uniform thickness. I think I'm gonna leave the live edge on one half the table, and we'll put a frame on the other. We're putting together the form for an epoxy table. Now I do this a little bit differently. So I'm gonna show you the way that I do it. I have a Adtech Pro 200. I'll put a link to this in the description. I'm very fond of this glue gun. It gets hot. It does the job I need. So check this out. We're gonna take a little bit of this and it's going to steam as it comes out. You'll see that. I'm gonna lay a bead of hot glue right down the middle of this. It's a cold, rainy day here. I don't know if it's my shop's cold or what it is, but I'm seeing quite a bit of steam come off of this. So then I'm just gonna line it up on the edges and I'm gonna place it. That's going to be the edge of that. Now I know a lot of people are going to question what I'm doing because there's this long held tradition that you just have to caulk and silicone and do all this crazy crap if you're pouring an epoxy table. And if I'm pouring a smaller form like this, and we're literally talking about this is going to be a 36 by 36 inch table, I'm literally just going to come through here and caulk this with hot glue. I buy the 10-inch Adtech. I'll put a link to these as well down in the description. I buy a 5-pound box of these. It's all available on Amazon. I've been thoroughly impressed with this product. I'm not paid by them. I'm not endorsed. It's just when you find good stuff, it's worth talking about. Talk about it, right? So I glued this up at 36 by 36, and the problem with the 36 by 36 is that's the finished measurements of the table. And I don't know if any of you have built tables or stuff like this in the past, but 36, I'm going to want to cut it down to 36. It can't be 36. So I'm going to have to remove probably 2 boards. I'm going to move it out to 3.5 feet and give myself maybe 3 foot 3 inches. I haven't decided yet. I need that extra, right? I just haven't decided if I'm going to recut these boards. I probably should to make it right. I don't think the width is going to matter as much. Let me think about it. But I'm going to show you. So I've heated up this putty knife, and what I'm going to do is take this, just going to slip it under the edge of this board right here, and we're going to release this hot glue from here, right? Hopefully. Takes quite a little bit of force to pop that out. It does stick quite well. I'll have to clean these boards back up. And I think I'm going to remove this one as well, just because I am shy. So let's see here. I'll get you back before we go.
This just feels like yesterday.